top fans. This is Skinny coming back to you live from Mississippi, Meridian, Mississippi. Came out here to show you my garden. I got some collards and some that is ready to come up, and also gonna rearrange some things, and not right at this moment because I'm just picking collards for this morning. And then when I get off from work, I come back and rearrange some other things in the garden. We got some grass and stuff and all that is trying to regrow back in the spots that I had actually till it up and everything. So I'm gonna flip this over, camera around, and I'm gonna show you guys all these beautiful collards and stuff and everything that is ready to be harvested. And I got my gloves so I can put my gloves on and baby to get some. Y'all go see some that's gonna be flowering and as well. And purpose of those is that once they start flowering, is that will give you new seeds for next year. And so I'm gonna allow a couple of them to continue to flower because I want those seeds for next year in order to be able to plant a new harvest up. And I'm gonna show you those as well in just one moment. So I'm gonna lower you down just a little bit so you can be able to see the greens here, and then I'm gonna flip you over here. I'm gonna start it on the furthest end out here, and I'm gonna go get my chair because this is gonna be a great harvest right here. Make sure you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. Oh yeah, yeah. So make sure you're seeing. I want to make sure because I'm at an angle on my yard. So this one I'm gonna allow it to continue to grow, and then I'm gonna allow a couple other ones that are also down here that are sprouting up. This one has some flowers growing. A couple other one has flowers growing. So one of the best ways to really harvest collards is when they're fresh. It's first thing in the morning, like it is now when they got this dew on. What I do with my garden is that a lot of times I water it when I first put it in. Then after that, I pretty much don't water it. Maybe like once or twice if I do. I put um, different mulch, and I got hay in the bottom of this one. Once I put that down, it's kind of the water kind of do it, and then of course the moisture from the air and everything will actually bring it in, so you have that good flourish that it's having right now. And so this is what really makes this stands out because of the fact you can see the water still on these jokers. And I brought a knife, but I probably won't need a knife, which is because of how they are. And I just come in here and just pick them up. Actually, I wouldn't need a knife because there's some bigger people than I thought. and then just take them off of there and get that new growth. And these plants here, I actually found driving down the highway. Well, driving over to Walmart down the street here, and I happened to see it looking over to the side of the road, and I happened to just notice them. And there was a whole bunch of them. Matter of fact, it's still a whole bunch of them down there. And I just went back that night and got a ton of them, and just pulled them up straight out the ground, put them in a box, brought them home, put them in this bed. And the best way to harvest this is you want to grab the leaves on the outer core of it, and you want to cut them off or break them off. I'm just basically cutting these off with the knife. You can leave the middle part, and it'll regrow. So you actually don't have to take this part out, the stem out. It's gonna automatically regrow. It's gonna put new harvest up, new crop up. It's gonna bring a new growth right back out, kind of like similar to those over there. So basically you're thinning it out, you're getting rid of all the extra pieces to it that's gonna stop a new growth from coming. And then the other best part about this is that once you thin it out, you'll see what you have on it. And like this one here's got new growth down here. Got a strong stem on it. If you like collards, like I do, this is gonna be some good eating. And I do mean good eating. I ain't talking about no plate eating either. One of the reasons I wanted vegetables and fruits in my yard is I wanted to be able to come outside and actually just get some freshness directly from my garden. And that's what I'm doing today, getting freshness directly from my garden. And so now I come back in a couple of days, this will be right back up like I never cut it. Matter of fact, the ones that I got in this bucket here, I cut it 2 weeks ago, set it in the refrigerator, and just went and got it out the refrigerator, and they look just as brand new like these here as everything ever. And if I'd have got this in the grocery store and kept it for 2 weeks, them sucker would have been wrinkled up, dead, spoiling, brownish, gone. And I only got like a couple of brownish leaves in there, like, and this in here, see, like that is just a couple of brownish leaves. This I actually will put back in the garden and let it just do naturally what it's supposed to do. And that's just basically nourish the garden and go back. And that's basically what it is. This one is kind of small, so I'm not going to touch it. This one here is pretty big, so I will grab from here. And I'm reaching over because of how I get that bed set for over there. I actually didn't leave myself enough room. So since I'm still in the process of that right there, what I'm gonna actually do is push this bed back further so I can have room to walk in between, and then room to walk in between that bed. So I'm gonna actually push those beds back because I want to actually have room where I can actually set my chair in between the middle of it and harvest from both sides of the bed. I didn't think about that when I was doing it. Well, I did, and then I actually thought about other stuff, and then I was like, oh, wait a minute. I realized I didn't leave myself enough room to get in between here and get the harvest of what I need to get off of here and stuff. So you really want to have your good sharp knife like I got to get this off because the seams are kind of a little bit hard. A lot of times you just pull it straight down, like come straight down off the thing and just pull it like this. And get it straight off of there. But since I've got such a reach, I'm gonna get up and go around to it. I don't have anything in this bed, so I'm not. Only thing I'm basically stepping on is grass. Um, the other thing is this: I put this in kind of real deep, not knowing I put it in that deep, because a lot of them I had to just like force them in the ground because the roots were so soggy when I got them. So take this, come straight across it. Harvest. Right over to the side. Now that's a faster way to do it. Take the dead ones, put it back over in there. I leave the root intact. It's gonna turn around and regrow. And it's gonna regrow each time. So even though you might look like, say, man, can you cut a lot off of it? Doesn't matter because it's gonna turn back around and regrow. It's gonna produce another harvest right back on there. And so within a week, you can come back out here and harvest again. Just don't pull the root out and you're fine. Got new growth in the middle, leave the new growth. Harvest your stuff from around it. New growth be right there. Again, you can look at them and tell where you want to do it in. Since I got so many in here, it's going to thin out a lot of them. And then it's going to cause some new stuff to come right back up in here. That's the beauty of having this garden. Welcome everyone to my garden right now. I'd like you please like and subscribe and follow me on my YouTube channel as I show you how to convert your front yard, the backyard, the side yard. We don't have no yard. Pots, put it into pots and plants, buckets, and have a brand new garden growing directly out of buckets and out of your harvest. My name is Kenneth. So you get
chance to get some southern stuff. I actually prayed and asked the Lord for something else to do because I was bored because I'm on disability and now I'm working. So I still pray and ask God to help me because I even prayed and asked him for the job. Okay? And so this brings me joy to do this and come outside and get the harvest. That's what God was doing with Adam and Eve. He planted a garden east of, of Jerusalem, well, east of the garden of God. And then when he planted that garden, he told Adam to till it and to maintain it. And by him tilling and maintaining the garden, uh, the purpose of it would have been they would have had some fresh fruit. They could eat of any tree of the garden, except for the tree of good and evil. And so they had a thing where they ate of any type of stuff they wanted to. And so I asked God for the same thing. That's what he wanted. He said Genesis 1 and 11, every seed is within itself. And so that what that means is that every seed will reproduce the harvest that it has. It will reproduce it. And so, and then plus it will re-harvest. It will give you another new seeds, new growth every single time. That's why a lot of this stuff they got in these stores or laboratory stuff that they put together, call it GOMS or whatever, organic gardening and all that and stuff. I got organic soil so I can get a better harvest this year. And I should have it over there. And the other ones, I'm sure that bed over there in a minute. And so get the stuff like weeds and all that stuff. Yank it out of there. Dang, got a bit of spin in there. You don't want no weeds growing in your garden. You want food growing in your garden. Weed is not food. Unless you're doing some illegal stuff with it. There's nothing illegal on this channel. Uh, so let that sit over there and die. Oh, excuse me. And see how beautiful they're cutting up through there, just gathering. I'm doing is gathering. But think about Adam and Eve. Think about God, how He planted the garden. So God was a planter. He was a farmer. And He planted a garden for His children. Just think when we get back to the kingdom of God, we're gonna get a chance to go right back in that same garden that He planted for Adam and Eve. But it's gonna be like it was in the beginning, without sin. And so, can you imagine having a garden where you can go in and eat, where you can go and get stuff, and there's no sin, nothing that's corrupt, everything that's beautiful. You just go out there and harvest it and eat it up directly from the ground. Yeah, it's kind of like doing now. It's kind of what I'm doing right now. Uh, I know we deal with sin, so that's why I said kind of. Uh, yeah. You think all this was free? Imagine going in the house, cooking that up, washing it off real good, putting it in your water, get some good steaming going on or some good cooking going on, smelling these fresh vegetables directly from your garden. Yeah, me too. I can imagine it too. It's backbreaking work, but the rewards of it is fun chewing work. That's the reward of it. I was told by doctors due to my back and uh, different stuff that I'll be permanent. I'll be totally and permanent disabled. And they gave me that diagnosis for back in 2021. And so I went through a series of development for myself. And I wanted to find out what would be true and what would not be true. I'm a person that worked hard all my life. And so I feel like when a person says something, because the Bible says your word is your bond. So when a person says something, sometimes it can be word curse that be spoken. And the people really that saying it really don't understand that they're saying some stuff that they don't need to be saying. They're saying it from a medical standpoint. So they see something that you don't see. They know the stuff you don't see. And stuff like that. Since they get a chance to look off inside your body, you don't get a chance to look off of them. You know, where you looking at, yes, God, you're looking at and see what's going on. And so, but if you're active, constantly moving, always got to have your hand in something. You can't never get your hand out of it. No matter what they tell you, no matter what they say, you're always trying to steady, you got to find stuff to do. You got to find something to occupy your time. You can't just hopefully and prayerfully hope, this hope. I'm just going to hope this go away, hope that go away. It don't work like that. Sometimes it does, sometimes it don't. But when you got clinical medical conditions that requires care, requires professional things that you got to do, you tend to look at life a little bit different than you did in the beginning. And it's not that you down your faith or coming against what you're saying and nothing like that. It's just you're looking at it from a different lens right now. The lens that you was looking at it from, you didn't know it was cloudy. You actually thought it was a nice, beautiful lens you were looking at it. Until you realize that it wasn't the lens that God wanted you to see. Now you see all these dead stuff in there. That's going to be nourished. It's going to treasure right back into that ground. That's what you call natural organic right there. You don't have to worry about it because it's going to automatically put itself back in the ground. So think about these trees, stuff like that. But anyway, what I was saying was, you have to kind of like wean yourself in between stuff. And that's what I did. took time out. I said, okay, let me take a look at what I got. I hit a diagnosis. I dealt with it for 4 straight years. I got tired of it. You know, you get tired of hearing negative reports. That'll be something good somebody can say about you at some point in life. You deal with a lot. Nobody really know what you really go through. I'm talking about seriously. They're not in your heart. They don't deal with your conditions. They don't know how much pain you really are in. They see you laughing, talking, and playing. They look at you and say that you are a very healthy person. And they kind of like just go with it from that point. But that's all they really know. But they're looking from an outward appearances. On the outside, you look good. On the outside, you know. And this one I'm gonna leave because I want that flower. I want this in the flower. It got some flowers coming in it. Got some bugs coming. This one does too. This one has some flowers in it. So I'm just gonna take the stuff that's around it because I want the flowers. I want the seed. I want it to flower and seed. But anyway, so you get to a point you get tired. And one of the best places to get tired at with everything that you're doing is in the Word of God. Because once you get tired in the Word of God, what's gonna happen? You're gonna do what the Lord instructs for you to do. And what is that the Lord instructs for you to do? Glad you asked the question. He instructs us to study. He instructs us to maintain. He instructs us to understand operations and the way things go and how things are being done. Just because a person says you have a terminal disease, or you have something that's uncurable, stuff like that, or they said there's no cure for that, that's a lie. All these vegetables right here is going to cure whatever they just said you don't have, that is uncurable. See, we got to get back to nature, and one of the best ways to get there is to have your own harvest. Grow something that's gonna do your research. I'm a sticker for research, so do your research. Find out your information that you got to find out. You know, go to the doctor to find out what it is. Creflo Dollar said some years ago. He said I go to the doctor to find out the name of the sickness that is plaguing my body. He said then he turns around, and once he learns that name, he turns around and come back with that name. Take that name of what the doctor said is to the Lord, and then he prays against it. Now that's awesome. That's beautiful. I took that concept of what he said probably about 15, 20 years ago, somewhere up in there. And I'd applied that to my life. So when I go to the doctors, I ask them, how you pronounce this name? How is this done? And then I go and I do research, and I do my own personal research. I don't just take your opinion. I'm gonna do my research. And once I get through doing my research and finding out what's taking place on my research, I'm gonna take it to the Lord in prayer. Once I take it to the Lord in prayer, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna learn what I need to learn about that particular thing that is happening in me. And then from there, I'm gonna learn it. I'm gonna figure out what I need to do. If it's a certain crop or vegetable that I need to have, then I'm gonna go do research on that crop, and I'm gonna figure out what I need to do to get it. And once I figure out what I need to do, I'm gonna grow it. And once I grow it, I'm gonna use it to benefit and fight the nutrition, fight the thing that I need. My body needs certain nutrition
in order to fight off disease. Just like these plants need certain conditions and certain things in order to grow. So I have to build an environment for them to grow in. But when they grow in it, it's going to be they're going to produce a harvest for me that I can turn around and consume. That's going to turn around and fight off disease and fight off things that take place. And that's what God was doing when He gave the garden to Adam and Eve. And all He wanted them to do was to do the exact same thing I'm doing right now. Till it. That's it. Till it. He said, go out there and work it. Work the tiller. Till it. Not go get it. Till it. Maintain it. Let it be something that is going to be harvesting. Let it be something that's going to be um, plentiful. So maintain it. Go get it. Maintain it. That's what He said do. And look how much maintaining is taking place out of this one garden. Now, when we first started, it was full. You're watching me take this maintaining it and coming through. You're seeing that it's not taking that long. I'm pulling weeds up that ain't got no business being there because we don't eat those things. So we got stuff growing in here that ain't got no business growing. That's why it's best to put some gloves on. Come in and yank that stuff out. Ain't got no business being in there nowhere. Now, when this bed get completely, as the summer goes on, I will take up a lot of stuff, dig up the harvest and stuff, and then I will actually place some of the organic mixture into this bed. I got strawberries on this end right here. I got strawberries in my containers over here. So I will actually put something else here that is going to produce some other fruits and different stuff like that, some vegetables. So I got my fruit trees and all that. I'm going to produce all those things as well. That right there. All right. So, all right, so got the harvest out of there. Now all these that I left are actually going to flower like this one here. And then once they flower, they will actually produce seeds. And then I will come back and harvest the seeds. And then once I harvest the seeds, I pull them up. And, so during the summer, they're going to actually harvest out to seeds. And so next year I have seeds of these colors and everything. So
And then I had that. So this here is going to actually regrow again. And actually a couple of more going to regrow. A lot of these down here going to regrow. And then, of course, like I said, I got my strawberries right there, and that strawberry right there. And the strawberry actually is going to span out, and they will go a little bit further out and stuff. So I'm going to flip you guys over and show you what I got here. And all this hedge. The old folks would say I got a massive of greens right here. Because new folks gonna say, man, there's a lot of green. And then I'm gonna flip you over and show you my broccoli and my what's the name growing over here. I'm gonna put that back in there. And so okay, so this is what I harvest just off of that by itself. And I'm gonna come back and pick all this up and everything, take it in the house. And that's just off of that bed there. Then over here, this is my lettuce. This is my romaine lettuce that I have. And I put these out maybe 2 weeks before we went out of town. And so this is romaine lettuce here. Gotta get y'all back down just right. I grabbed it the wrong way. So this is romaine lettuce here. This right here is broccoli over in this bed. And I actually got to thin these out because this will be 18 inches apart. And so I'm gonna have to actually thin them out some. And these was actually plants I bought at Lowe's. I think it was Lowe's. Marvin's one of the places. No, not Marvin. I haven't bought anything Marvin. So at Lowe's, so this is actually going to be planted out just a little bit. And then, of course, I'm going to let the romaine grow just a little bit more up. I want them to actually get about this tall before I start harvesting off of them. They are ready to harvest now, but I just want to have them just a little bit more taller so I can get a little bit more harvest of leaves. I can actually harvest this right now. But the thing is, I'm not going to eat any lettuce right now, so since we harvesting it right now. Because with this romaine, you guys should just wash it up and eat it right then and there. I'm not going to do that right now. So I'm going to let that grow just a little bit more. And then the Brussels sprouts over here, so I don't actually come up. Over here to the side, I have big red tomatoes, and I have cantaloupe growing on and that end over there. And then cucumbers are down here, and then of course I got other items that's also down here. And all these doggone planes and jets coming by like they had it. And then I wrecked something. And so then these are behind me here. These are also cabbages right here. So these are going to be cabbage. These are going to be the rest of the Brussels. Not Brussels sprouts. These are going to be the rest of the broccoli here. And then in this bed I have cucumbers. In this bed I have some cucumbers here and some. Then I have some other items over here. And so if you see how I got my water here, the reason I do the water right here, I put the water in it, and then I got holes in the bottom of it. I don't have to keep coming back, re-watering these beds over and over and over again. And I'll do that. I've got the limbs over here I'm gonna cut up, and they're gonna go in the base of this bed. Then I'll take dirt and put it in the top of it and grow my stuff. And then of course all this cardboard, I'm gonna till this area up because I'm gonna put some other stuff down from my cardboard. And so thank you guys for watching and being a part of it. And good morning to everyone. Got to get in here and get ready for work. Please like and subscribe and follow me on my YouTube channel. This bed here is white potatoes. And then, like I said, over here,
I will be putting other stuff on these beds. That's pushing these beds down so I can have a row in between each one of them to walk in. I really don't have a row. I really don't have walking space. I have a row, but I don't have the walking space of that row. I need to have it just a little bit wider so I can be able to get my chair in between it. And I can harvest from both sides of it as well. So you guys, thank y'all for watching. Thank you for coming aboard. I'm going to do this bed up probably another day and till it back up and get it all prepared. Strawberries are in these right here in these small containers. And then on this side, I'm going to put some more tomatoes and different stuff. And that should probably make this out of flower garden, put my tomatoes back on this side. And then that way I have it looking good. So you guys follow me on this. I'm a YouTube channel as well. I'm gonna get all this in cleaned up, get it pulled inside so I can get it up. Please like, subscribe, and you're gonna watch me as I convert and add beds. I got let me show you these out here before I get off the air. I got these are my trees. And so this is an apple tree here. This apple tree is actually a red apple tree here that I planted. And then this one right here is a pink lady apple tree that is planted here. I put the bed around it with the mulch in it for purpose of I don't want my neighbors running over it. And that's the reason I have the beds up there. Then as that mature and grow, I will actually just take that bed loose and move it and put it back over here somewhere. That's the beauty of those beds. You can actually just unscrew them and put them back over here. I got like 2 more trees to put in this row over here. Put another one like another 10 feet apart, maybe right here, probably a little bit because that stump is here. And then put one there in the middle. Then on this side, I come down with the other 4 trees on this side. So again, you guys, I'm gonna get rid of that stump, burn it up, get it out of here. Again, you guys, you're watching me as I convert my entire front yard to a garden, including this side over here. It's already tilled. I got to retill it, and that's gonna be my sweet potatoes and potato section over there. And you will see me completely harvest and confront this whole entire front yard. So please like, subscribe, and follow me on my YouTube channel. I do have a PK Ministry channel that you guys also to come over and follow me on that because I'm teaching on the book of Revelation as well. And once I get to the end of Revelation, we just start all back over to the book of Genesis and just continue to Jesus come. So please like, subscribe, follow me on my YouTube channel. Y'all have a blessed and awesome afternoon. And again, look at those beautiful, beautiful greens I just pulled this morning as well. And thank you for that. Yeah, garden. Thank you for garden looking really nice. And good morning as well. So thank you, guys. And also hi to everyone. I see you said hi. Yeah, hi, hello. How y'all doing today? So get all this gathered up, get ready for work. And y'all be blessed. Thank you guys for coming in, and have a good day.